this week of the weekly Yager Bombers news, we wonder, can the Yager Bombers ever win a game again? Find out that and more in this week of the newscast. Now let's get right into the news! In the previous week before this past Sunday's game, the coach and the media team of the Yager Bombers had an intervention with Eric, also known as Era, about his attitude during the games and the place of the lineup. As we can see from this past Sunday's game, something worked because Eric was positive and in a good mood, which is what we can hope to see from now on. The lineup switch for Eric didn't do any good for him though, as we can see the ball acted like his feet as they were like bricks and didn't move at all. In more news with the team, Brandon, also known as B-Dog, had a nasty strikeout while watching the ball float in the second game and not even taking a chance to swing at it. B-Dog did have a good hit later in the second game to secure his team a few runs though. We also hear B-Dog won't be playing in the next weekend's games, and we have a couple theories why going around. The first reason is his association with the media team and him being hungry for power, which led him to drugs and rehab. The second theory is we heard that he's being kicked off the team for the embarrassing strikeout he had in that game. The last reason is a family funeral, but out of all these reasons, we can only assume his lust for power is the reason why. As we heard in past rumors from last week's newscast about a new recruit coming in, we have seen the new recruit in action. Tanner Redner, also known as Tan Man, played for the Yager Bombers this past Sunday. He was off to a rough start with getting the feel for the game back and the new size of the ball, but in the end he played good and had some pretty decent hits. We have also heard some news that he is also signed with the Yager Bombers for the rest of the season too. Welcome to the team, Tan Man. Some sad news is that Don from the Yager Bombers has officially been kicked off the team. We've heard rumors in the past about his removal of the team, but now we know for sure he is done. We hear the coach of the Yager Bombers has tried to reach out for notices about up-and-coming games multiple times, but all we hear is crickets. Sad to see Don go. There's more news about the team's hitting, dealing with Nathan and Dylan of the Yager Bombers. Both of the players love the quote, "shoot for the stars," because that's what they try to do while hitting the ball, and all that happens is it pops up and lands in the opposing team's gloves. Everyone loves to hit for the fences, but that only works when it goes over. So the next best idea is to aim for the gaps, and hopefully we can see some better hitting in the next couple weeks and next weekend's game for these two players. The fielding was tough to see at some points, but the base running for the Yager Bombers was great. Coach Nolan of the Yager Bombers sadly got tagged out running home in Game 1, but in Game 2 he redeemed himself by sliding in to home plate to score some runs for the team. Let's take a look at that video.
Yay!
As we can see from this video, Nolan booked it like there were some girls waiting for him at home plate while sliding into those DMs. Some of the team need to work on their running though, as some like to jog into the base where if they could run, they would be safe or even make another base. Between these two games against the top two teams of the league, we were shocked to see that the Yager Bombers weren't blown out of the water by these guys. They kept up for what they could, but sadly still lost. Both games had some errors around the team, but we were shocked and happy to see that they didn't get smashed or 10-run, which was definitely the best part of both games. Overall, these two games were fun for the Yager Bombers and fun to watch in general. Next week, the Yager Bombers face two more teams that will be closer in skill to them, so they can hopefully get some more wins and up their team record. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to stay tuned for more Yager Bombers news. Thank you.